Guys, chapter 4 is canceled, is what some people are saying. Listen, we're only 3 weeks away from finding out if we're going into chapter 4 season 1 or if we're staying in chapter 3 and we're getting a season 5. Who is right? Well, we don't know for sure, but we did just get a lot of new information that supports both claims. I'm going to go over that and I'm going to give you my opinion at the end. Also, remember the nothing? Well, we might have our first look at what he or it looks like, so stick around for that. Okay, so first of all, why are we even considering chapter 4? Chapter 3 has been out for less than a year. It's about 10 months. So the idea that we're thinking about chapter 4 is crazy. How did we even get here? How is this possible? Let me give you a quick rundown. About a month ago, there was a new map in the files that have been leaked called Asteria for season 23, which is next season. The community was like looking at it and they thought maybe it was for creative 2.0 or something, but a lot of people started thinking that it could be a battle royale map. Another thing is that the cosmetic descriptions for the Herald gives us a lot of parallels to what we saw with the Queen in chapter 2 season 8. The cosmetic descriptions say things like the last light you'll see, the final cut awaits, the nothing is coming. So up until recently, we basically speculated that the end of season will have an event. I mean, think about it. We have all these cryptic messages about the end and nothing. And then there's also missing members of the 7. Chrome is spreading all over the island. The map is in complete chaos. We are due an event, but we didn't have confirmation until now. An insider leaked to a journalist that there will be an event at the end of the season. So now it's pretty much confirmed. We also just got a new style for the Herald and her emote, which shows her literally manipulating the map in her hands. We see some older versions of the chapter 2 map. This is pretty important, but not as important as her loading screen, which is called Nothing is Happening. It shows her at the reality tree powering up and controlling the Chrome as it rapidly spreads throughout the island. So the event will definitely have something to do with the reality tree, which has spread its roots throughout the entire island. So this is going to be a pretty game-changing event. But why would this be the end of a chapter? To really get into that, we have to go over what the nothing is. The nothing is something Epic Games has teased for years, hiding it right underneath our nose, and Epic hasn't put this much hype and teasing into any other event, including Galactus, Operation Skyfire, or the Collision. The nothing seems to be a much bigger deal and will give us a lot more information about the Fortnite story. Now here's the thing, every cosmetic around the Herald references it, and if you watched my last video, I said that the nothing could be some sort of event like the map flipping or the flood, and that could still be true, but now there's a new theory. What if this is the nothing? So Epic puts out skin surveys to tease up and coming battle pass skins and future skins, and this skin was in a previous survey, but he was kind of overlooked up until recently. If we take a look at the design of this guy, he's got a dark and ominous look to him. He looks like some galactic supervillain. And if there was a skin that could represent the nothing, the darkness that we're talking about, the last light that we see, this would be a perfect match. Now, in the most recent skin survey, we actually got a skin with the 0 point in it. And everyone thought the skin was related to the storyline in some way. Obviously, the 0 point, it kind of makes sense. And it even looks like an old Twitter banner that Donald Mustard used. Now, there's a theory that this skin is the everything. Now, here's the thing. The 0 point is what creates the Fortnite universe and everything around it. So maybe the everything is the physical embodiment or character of the 0 point. And maybe there has to be an opposite of the everything, something that creates everything. The opposite would be something that takes everything away, something that leaves nothing behind. Nothing will remain. So this already sets up for a really cool end of season event. The Herald takes over the map with Chrome. She takes control of the reality tree. She's sapping the energy out of the island and summoning the nothing to destroy the island. The 7 and our heroes try to save it, maybe even calling in the help of the everything, but something goes wrong along the way. No one ends up winning, and instead we get taken into a new Fortnite chapter with a brand new map. So This all sounds very convincing, but there's actually new information that contradicts us going into a new chapter. We also have information that supports it. So something that went under the radar is Fortnite recently added a tutorial mode. It teaches brand new players how the game works and the basic mechanics. I guess it makes sense. Most games have tutorials for new players, but Fortnite has been out for 5 years. Isn't it a bit late to be adding a tutorial? Maybe Epic is expecting a giant surge of new players very soon. This makes a lot of sense. I mean, if Chapter 4 is around the corner and we're getting Unreal Editor for Fortnite, which is going to bring in all these types of new game modes and mods, there will be a lot of new players returning to the game or downloading Fortnite for the very first time. So a tutorial makes perfect sense right now. So this supports the idea of a brand new chapter, but it could still be season 5 as well. We're probably going to get a lot more information this weekend at the FNCS Invitational, Fortnite's first LAN event in a long time. And I wouldn't be surprised if they made a huge announcement during the finals about what to expect next season, kind of like they did by announcing Dusty returning during the World Cup and a bunch of other announcements they've made at important LAN events. So before we go into why Chapter 4 might not be happening, we need to talk about this very important piece of information about Midas. This is a huge storyline update. Ever since Chapter 2 Season 2, Midas has been pretty much missing from the island. He was a fan favorite, and we have been teased time and time again about Midas's return. Donald Mustard even mentioned him directly in a video saying that he is still alive. But after so many misdirections, we got a new spray called Silver and Gold, showing Midas's hand being covered by chrome. Now, here's the thing. I don't think the chrome will be here next season or next chapter. So maybe we could expect Midas to return during the end of season event, and maybe he has a plan to take down the Herald and save us. And before the end of season event happens, we're still waiting for planes and helicopters, which were removed last second a couple of weeks ago. And we still haven't gotten the vault with 3 keys, which were leaked in the game files. But like I said, nothing's ever really guaranteed. But there is an item that's in the game files that seems pretty interesting. It's called Dial a Drop. It's a remote that allows you to call in 3 different options. You can drop yourself a vehicle, a supply drop, or a health drop, which gives you a ton of heals. Now, this is all cool, and this all might be happening before the end of season, but there's only 1 month until the end of season event. But what about the big question? Are we going into season 5, or are we going to chapter 4 season 1? Not everybody is on board. The same insider that confirmed to the journalists that there'll be an end of season event also leaked something else. Originally, they had said that there will be a 2-day downtime, which is usual for a new chapter. We've seen it twice so far, never for a new season. But they have since updated their statement and said that the downtime will only be 10 to 12 hours, which is what you could usually expect from a brand new season. And they confirmed that it will be Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 5. I don't know what to make of this. Everything else has pointed towards new chapter, but this is just one insider telling a journalist, and I don't know how accurate they are or how up to date they are. They could be wrong. And honestly, I kind of hope they're wrong. I'm ready to go into a new chapter. I like the pacing of maybe a new chapter every year. We were on chapter 1, chapter 2 for like 2 years each, and it did drag a little bit. So a little bit of a faster pace would be very well appreciated. What do you guys think? Thank you guys so much for watching. And also do me a favor and go watch this video as well. Peace.